this is probably one of the biggest learning lessons I ever had in my life.
Wow.
I had this one boat dealership that I've been doing all kinds of work for. I'm talking, we broke over $100,000 in sales, in revenue, my first year at 19, 20 years old.
Wow, you're making $100,000 on cleaning boats.
Cleaning boats. I mean, nothing, you don't need a college degree, you just need elbow grease, and have common sense. So I did this huge boat show, right? For the same dealership I've been doing all this work for. I mean, now I have like 6 people helping me. It's fun, and
you have a team.
Yeah, and I quit my serving job that I had at the time and was focused on this and going to school. My grades are suffering, which sucked, and that was kind of another learning lesson. But I had the opportunity. So in Ohio, we have this monster boat show. Everybody knows about it. It's like one of the biggest events everyone goes to every year. And he asked me to be the detailer for the boat show, which I was honored, And I went up. There was 45 boats, and it's in the wintertime.
You're 19?
Yeah, I was 19 at the time, yeah. I was just turned 20, actually, the week of the boat show, I think is what it was. So they drag all these boats up through the snow in Ohio, so they're trashed when they get up there. So I brought my team of like 10 people up there. No idea with managing people, never had that experience. Billing, payroll, none of that. I had no idea what I was doing. I had my little crew, but that was about it. There's like 45 boats that we need to take care of for 7 days straight, right? And it was a huge payout. So we did it, and what it really did is it was my first opportunity to network with all these other boat dealerships.
Right.
So we're cleaning, my crew's doing an awesome job, and the boat dealerships around us are noticing it. So they're coming up and giving me cards, and now I'm like overwhelmed because I'm trying to figure out how to clean boat dealerships 2 hours away and stuff. So long story short, we get back, the boat show's over, great success. They sold a bunch of boats. We cleaned them all week. We kept them beautiful. He was happy. I remember dropping off the invoice, and I invoiced him as if I were cleaning his dealership, the $45 a boat. And, on a daily basis, every time we touched the boats for cleaning, $45. So I think the invoice was for like $15,000.
Right.
And I'm psyched. I have about $8,000 out on the line between payroll and stuff. And I remember him calling me and saying, we need to talk. So I go into his office at the boat dealership. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, I'm not paying this. And I was like, what do you mean you're not paying this? I was like, we spent all week taking care of your boats. And he's like, yeah. He's like, I just assumed it would be a much discounted price because they're up there. They're already in there. They're already clean. And you're just like touching them up. And I'm like, you have hundreds of people through these things every day. I was like, it's like your dealership on steroids. So we got in this huge argument, and he settled. He wanted to give me $10,000. And I was like, he wasn't paying the $15,000. And I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm like, you need to pay me the full $15,000. And he's like, $10,000, take it. So we ended up coming to a point of like $12,000.
Yeah.
So I had to eat like $3,000 of it, and I was pissed. I'm 20. I have this business that's doing well. I'm cocky at the time because I'm like, look what I built. Like, do you know who I am? I take care of everything you do.
So what was the lesson?
So I remember him giving me the check, and his name was Gary. And I remember giving me the check, and I said, Gary, I was like, you just burned this bridge. And he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, you got to, we're still going to continue cleaning boats and stuff here. And I'm like, screw you, I quit. I was like, we're no longer doing work together. I was like, I'm out. And he's like, what do you mean you quit? I was like, I don't need you. And I quit. I was like, if you're not going to pay your bill when, it was fair. It was very fair. I was like, I shouldn't have to fight over this. I was like, I'm done. So, I was like, it's agreed upon price. I don't, and I don't even know.
What was the bottom line? What happened?
Yeah. So basically I quit the dealership. I never went back. I said, you're on your own. And he called and begged. And it was rewarding at the time because I'm like, this guy misses me. Clearly, like, he knew he messed up. At least I thought. So, that's where I was like, well, we have all these other dealerships looking at us. So I started doing sales calls. Well, that's when the recession was really in its prime. And I was like, I screwed up. I should have just bit the bullet, moved on, and got better with contracts and agreed pricing. And then I remember, panicking. I remember completely panicking, going, well, now I have to look at doing cars. So I wanted to get into like exotic cars and high-end stuff and back to dealerships. And it was really hard because the recession slammed. And I was like, I messed up. Because the one dealership that was still doing okay was the one I quit.
So what would you say to your younger self?
Don't be cocky. Like, don't be arrogant, and don't think you're irreplaceable and you're the only one out there. There's a ton of competitors. Yeah. It was one of my biggest life lessons is don't let your ego get in the way.